Okay, so we're going to open up in... You mind? We're going to open up in the first mission here. And it's basically telling us to learn how to use powers. Now, don't get used to how this is working right now. We can spam the RB button or whichever your kind of power button is. I think on the PC it's number 1. On PC I still use controller because I find it easier. But after this area, you can see in the bottom right there we have that 100, and now it doesn't recharge, look. So as we use the powers, that's going to go down, and we'll see blue orbs start to drop as we go around the mission, and that's going to help us to regenerate our energy mid-mission. There's going to be other better ways later on, but for now, that's what we're going to be doing. All of these are Mark 1, I think. No, they're not. That's not a Mark 1. That looks like a full scanner. Let's get that. MK1, you see there, we'll be able to get these later. I'm going to explain about affinity later on. Basically, each weapon has a level. And you can see next to scanner there in the bracket says 0. As that levels up, that's going to give us affinity, which is going to be useful. I'm going to try not to jump too far ahead, but just bear that in mind as you are making your way through the game. Now, of course, I don't have the ability that it speeds up our sprint yet, because we need to level the vault up. This area looks completely different to how I remember. It looks lovely, actually. I'm going to break our way through here. Crouch down, which is my crouch. There we go. Crouch button. Right, sometimes just so long since I've been on the beginning area. Things like this, you can drop your resources. Enemies drop them anyway, so you don't really need to pay too much attention to them. But just in case you were wondering. Resources are used to craft pretty much everything. We're going to spend a lot of time grinding those things up. Hopefully I can find like a decent clan to join on the Xbox. So now I'm going to pick a sidearm. We've got the Lato, Kunai. Is it just the Kunai? Okay, I'm going to take the Lato. Not too worried about stealth right now, so the Kunai would be the silent option. I don't know why I'm concentrating on killing these. Really don't need to. Is the Lato doing okay there?
Good. The extraction point is up ahead. Hurry, before Vor finds out you've escaped.
So see, we're just hacking through everything right now. This first mission's pretty easy. But I'm hoping that, you know, me just explaining a few little things might help you out a little bit. I'll try not to get, like... My biggest worry is... Because obviously I've been further in the game and I start mentioning, like, loads of mechanics and stuff that are going to be far in the future. We're going to try not to confuse everybody too much. So, like, if you're a returning player and you're, like, Master Rank 20 or something, this may well not be, like, the perfect video for you.
Salvage team, why have you not reported in?
You made it. There's the extraction ship.
I think this gets blown up, doesn't it? Yeah. Skip that. Let's go. I don't think we needed to fight you. Yes, we do. Just chop them up. Melee works better for this anyways. We don't have the combo counter, that's interesting.
This one is stronger than the rest. Lock the area down. This Tenno is mine.
So it thinks.
Quick, get to the console and release the lockdown. Do that, and I will guide you to your old ship. It's your only chance.
The Queens want to destroy you, but I need to know more.
So now to get to pick some different weapons here. Again, we effectively have the silent option and the noisy option. I prefer the Breton because it's just nicer to use. Nice little fully automatic weapon. Now, note that, again, let's not mention it here. Basically, we're going to end up using every weapon at least a little bit because we need to level them up to progress. So don't worry too much about missing out on them. We will have access to lots of weapons later on. So this is a, I suppose explain this. This is a hacking mini game. There are, I think, 4 different ones. But basically, we just need to press the action button when the counter you see going around in circles there comes over it. Eventually, we'll get an auto hack item, which makes that a bit quicker.
Stop touching me, you. What? Are my senses deceiving me? Operator, is that you?
Brilliant.
Enemy reinforcements are here. Ship Cephalon. We require immediate extraction.
The operator is in danger? I will need a few moments to cycle the engines.
Really need better damage already.
Tenno, are you afraid? You cannot hide from these old eyes. I've marked you. You will return to me.
And alright, when we go to crush him, that's going to be the future. I'm not even getting any affinity on the weapons for this. And that's all twistable. Okay. It's like a proper defense then, is it? Yeah, unless you know if it, usually like when you get affinity, you get like a white number that comes over them. I feel like I'm being cheated here. There should be no progress at all for defeating all these. Generally speaking, like one of the best things this game does is makes most things like rewarding in some way. Like you always need some resources and you always need money and affinity for something. But so long as you kind of like set yourself up to save time, whatever task it is that you're doing, even when you're farming something and it takes a bit of a while, you can make it so it's not too bad. Always try and be doing more than one thing at once. It's probably the biggest
You have returned.
biggest advice that I can give to you.
Ship Cephalon, a shadow of my former self.
So yeah, I'm going to take Crossbow on to make sure we get good good amounts of squads to join. Okay, so just so that you guys can see stuff, things are probably going to look a little bit different because I changed some of the stuff in the video here on the Xbox specifically. You guys can obviously play with things that you like, but I basically just turned up my GPU particle quality, ambient occlusion has been turned on, and I upped the brightness and contrast. It seems to look quite a bit nicer when we put this up. Like, the further up it goes, the nicer it seems to look, so I'm going to keep it around there. If I find like it's a problem, I can always just adjust it later, but it just seems to pop a little nicer. I'm on the Series X. It should be able to basically handle whatever I put at it. I really need to work out how we turn this off. I don't want this all up like this because that's going to get in my way. But either way, that's pretty much going to close out the first episode. I just want to talk about one thing before we go, just in case you go ahead of the video. See this platinum currency here? This is the premium currency, and you get a little bit of this to start with. You actually can't trade this to other players, if I remember rightly. But there is currently a bundle that we can use this on, which is going to be phenomenally good. So make sure you keep hold of this because we are going to use it on something specific later on once we get this little desk here unlocked. Either way, that's going to close out the first episode. Next up, we need to install something down this way. We should probably do that now, really. Let's do this. Let's install the segment. Get things started out nicely.
You honor Ordis.
Now we can start changing stuff. I don't think we have anything. There's nothing we can do right now. We can't even equip mods. There's nothing we can do. Can we change colours? We got any colours?
We need to
Do
figure
we get
out
any
what
free one?
Captain
Yeah, we
Thor
got some
has
free
done to you
colours.
and stop him.
Okay, Volt,
But
I
we'll need
suppose.
help.
I mean, blue
I've
kind of
found a
suits you.
communication segment we might salvage for your ship. When you are ready, activate
Yeah, we don't
your
want green.
navigation
Oh,
system.
yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go
Ordis
like
hopes the
that.
operator will punish the video for
Secondary.
dysfunctional.
Oh, look, see? Yeah, we get that on the under armour. Accents. Okay, yeah, like there. Are the green? No, we don't want green. Silver will work, though. Yeah, get some silver on there. Tertiary. Yeah, that's a nice extra colour. Oh, the purple. Oh, no, yeah, the purple goes. There we go. We're going to be like a blue Volt. That'll work for me. Emissive. That's going to be like the colour of your, like, don't know if he has anything that's emitting on him. Either way, have a play around with your colours. We don't get very many. You have to purchase colours. Luckily, though, they are purely cosmetic, so it's not too big of an issue. You can change all the weapons and everything. All of this can all be recoloured. So just so you can see here... Oh, no, we don't have the store yet, do we? Do we? We do have the store, yes. So you can go ahead and start purchasing MK1 stuff. Wait on that for now. We don't need to start doing that just yet. Instead, we're going to be moving on to the next mission in the next video.